Okay, let's get to some improvisation. In the key of B flat, you will see that if you use what we call scale tone seventh chords, that's just following the scale. You can also call them diatonic. That's like a college word for it, but scale tone describes the chord pretty accurately because we're just using the scale, right? There's B flat and E flat. So as we move up, we can't go to here. We've got to have that flat and that flat. Next one, no problem. Then there's the two flats again. The dominant chord on the 5 is F. The G minor, the key that we're in, the relative minor, and then A minor 7 flat 5. And if you'll notice, this song is made up entirely of those chords with the exception of, since we're in G minor, the 5 chord in G minor is D, and it has to be a dominant. So we will be adding that F sharp anytime we get to the D chord. All right, but the rest of the time, we can stay using the B flat major scale. And I'm just going to, even on the D chord, you can do it, but let me demonstrate again here. All right. Now there, I should have gone like that, and then the sharp there. And that actually gives us G harmonic minor scale, which is a scale that classical players know. And also the old school jazz players, before, the altered scale was a real common thing, or the diminished scale, this was a very common scale to use on a dominant chord, because it gives you like a, what is that? That's a flat 13 or no, that's the flat 9. So that gives you the flat 9 there. Jazz is built on the flat 9. The flat 9 and the flat 5. All right. So, like I say, just run up and down the scales until the sound of the scale is comfortable to you and it's in your ears, and then start trying to make melodies out of that. Now, what am I doing? You're thinking about the B flat major scale. When I'm on C minor and using the B flat scale, that's called Dorian mode, all right? But you don't even really need to know any of this stuff. You don't need to think about the modes. You just stick on B flat major scale. But look how many modes you're going to cover. Dorian mode, Mixolydian mode, Ionian mode, Lydian mode, Locrian mode, and on the dominant chord, Phrygian mode. Did I use them all? And on G minor, Aeolian mode. So I think I used all 7 modes. Now, why are modes useful? Because, when you're going off into random 2-5-1s or not diatonic, they're not scale tone 7th chords. If you were doing some, and you get to an F sharp 7th, that's not in this key of B flat. So, you have to think about, well, what mode would fit that? The Mixolydian? Yeah, that would work. And then there's plenty of other scales too, like the altered scale, the diminished scale, and the Lydian dominant scale. 3 really major scales that are all modes of a minor melodic ascending scale. And, I don't have time to go into all these topics in this video. I will leave some links. There are playlists down there, and if you have a question about any of that stuff and you want me to, I can point you to a video that covers it a little bit more thoroughly. Now, I am going to cover a little bit of, how to use some of these more complex scales like the altered scale or the diminished scale.